So, Halo 5 is what, 6 years old now? So, God, could you believe it's been that long? Like already? Like, wow. So I guess kind of do a little reflect on that, on, with the whole campaign and then, you know, um, the multiplayer, both Arena and Warzone. So, campaign, I have a love hate relationship with it. It's fun to play, has better level design than Halo 4, but the story absolutely sucks and doesn't make the story isn't good, and it doesn't make sense. Considering what has happened. Well, considering what happened, previously in Halo 4, was Cortana dead anyway? So and then she came back. You know the whole story behind that. Like when you're playing the campaign with like friends on like Legendary, like it it's who know what they're doing. It's really fun to play. Like the whole co-op aspect, like where each player plays as a different squad mate. Kind of like Halo 3, like where each player was different character. I think that is that is definitely co-op that is done well. So, but all in all, campaign is a mixed bag. Like I said before, I have a love and hate relationship. So, the combat is great. Obviously, that's what kind of mean. Like Halo 5's campaign is a mixed bag. So that's my humble opinion. But overall, I tend to lean more to the negative side. You guys know this. I mean, I've been very docu- It's been very documented. Both on video and on Twitter that Halo 5's campaign is a mixed bag for me. So moving on. Multiplayer now. So like the multiplayer is, I think, Halo 5 strong, Halo 5 strength, because when you have the innate abilities, despite how controversial they are, I mean, it was fresh, it was new, which as a kind of a testament, because as a just a general first-person shooter, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, the multiplayer in general is amazing, but from a FPS perspective, Halo 5 is absolutely amazing. I think it's a really enjoyable multiplayer. Now that obviously has its problems, but I think overall, like the combat flow, like I said before, is pretty fantastic. With how the way you kind of you feel like really fast, somewhat as a super soldier should, but there are annoying crap like that, like spawn charge for right there. God, am I glad that's gone in Halo Infinite, because it was such a major pain to deal with. It was pretty damn annoying. The maps, though, I feel the maps, like most of the maps, aren't that great, considering that a lot of them were Forge made. So especially, I think, yeah, all of the big team battle maps in Halo 5 were Forge made maps, because they just let the community do that, because they put all their resources into Warzone, because that was going to be their cash cow, because of the whole loot box mechanic called rec packs and all that. We'll get into that later. So all in all, I'd say like multiplayer can be pretty all in all, multiplayer is pretty balanced, especially with like weapons. Like the pistol is actually pretty deadly, but there has to be like that middle ground, because of longer range weapons like the battle rifle and the DMR. So like stuff like that, where like didn't make sense to have both the battle rifle and DMR in the game. Halo 4 did the same thing, so it kind of, I guess what they were going for is like give people options, I guess, but I don't know though. Like it was kind of strange that they did that. So, but it's interesting though that they kind of went that route. So, I'd say Truth is probably one of the better maps, mainly because it's a remake of Halo 2's Midship, I believe the name was. Then it was remade in Halo 3 as Heretic, but I did like that Mercy, from which was Haven from Halo 4, came back as Mercy instead of a foreign aesthetic. It was St. Helios, which was really, really neat idea, which I like that one. So those are the only like real two maps I could think off the top of my head in terms of arena that I loved, that I really enjoy. So anyway, that's enough for PvP. One more. Warzone. Essentially, where all the big maps, went into. It sucks that you can't use those maps in like custom games. So imagine how crazy that kind of would have been if that was possible. But I kind of get why, because it was for the whole, arena slash PvP pretty much, if that makes sense. So it's like, but I definitely think that looking back, yeah, they probably should have included those maps from Warzone in custom to be usable in custom games in Forge. Speaking of which, Forge is absolutely freaking amazing. With how like insane Halo 5's Forge was, especially when it first came out, I think that kind of bit 3v3 in the rear end because people have such high expectations for Halo Infinite's Forge, and based on what I heard, it sounds even more insane. Halo Infinite's Forge sounds even more insane than Halo 5's was. So again, this is just based on leaks. I'm not going to mention it here because that's not the topic of this video. So, but all in all, it definitely, I do like the introduction of weapon variants, and it seems like in Halo Infinite, it seems that's coming back. I would assume, because I always thought that was one of the positives of Halo 5 Sandbox, where it introduced weapon variants into the mix, like the Answer and Ad Victorian. There was some others too. Speaking of which, the Answer, man, that thing is killer. That is killer. So I guess to sum up Halo 5, it's a mixed bag. Same with Halo 4. So, I say with Halo 4, it's the campaign has its strength and the multiplayer its weakness of Halo 4. It's definitely reversed with Halo 5, where the campaign is its weakness due to the writing and all that, but the multiplayer is its strength, where it's really fun. To play with friends, despite its issues that people have expressed about it. But it's still a fun game. It's still a really fun FPS. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they address the Warzone maps when inevitably, years and years and years later, 343 shuts down the servers for Halo 5. So it's gonna be interesting to how they address that, considering that only the campaign can be played offline. So I don't know what they're gonna do about how they're gonna handle this one. So especially since split screen is absent. Oh, that was definitely a Achilles heel for Halo 5 as well, which was to know split screen. Obviously they know this, and since they're bringing it back split screen in Halo Infinite, so which is awesome. It seems they're gonna be doing that for every other game down the line. So all in all, Halo 5 is a mixed bag. I definitely had a lot of fun with it, but I guess as Halo Infinite approaches, it's time, I guess, to say goodbye. So Halo 5, you had a good run. You definitely had a good run on the multiplayer. Campaign, I hate it. I'm sorry, I hate your campaign, but, for obvious reasons I've said before. But, so, anyway, I guess this is, goodbye to Halo 5. Maybe I'll, revisit down the line just for, somehow nostalgia, but definitely not in the immediate future with Halo Infinite around the corner in 40 days or something like that. So, well, so I guess what do you guys think of Halo 5 in general? So, do you love it? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it, or are you a mixed bag like I am? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comments down below. Consider subscribing if you like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.